do what you want. I just give my advice. You can keep your roster and you can keep looking cheap in front of the world. That's your business.
I think Ameera was saying, hold on, Allie. I think
looks cheap.
Hold on. Allie, I think what Ameera was.
I completely agree with what Shan is stating. I don't see an issue with dating people when you're in your dating season and you're trying to find your right partner. Of course, you're going to date multiple people. Now, my whole thing is I always think it's important to have conversations before you even start going on dates, right? Because I feel like with a lot of men, once they start spending money on you, then they assume they should get other things from you. And that's where more pressure comes in. So then let's spend a little bit more time just talking to each other. Can you hold a good conversation? What do you like to talk about? What are the things you're interested in? And that's how you're able to vet people out and see if you would like to take that next step on going on a date with them. But there's no issue in having conversations or dating multiple people if that's what you want to do. You don't have to sleep with all of them like everyone else is dating, but it doesn't make sense to meet one person and be like, I'm locked in. That wouldn't make sense at all. No one does that.
Go ahead, Ameera.
My father told me that men are very territorial, and I don't know about the dating world. I may be a little ignorant about the dating world, but I will give advice. Women, don't have, even if you're not having sex with a man, do not, your image is everything to a man because men don't like to be embarrassed. And if a man is trying to take you seriously, even if you're in the beginning stages, if he is talking about you to his friends and they've seen your picture and then you're out with another man that you're not having sex with, you're just out because you're so-called dating, it is going to turn them off. I recommend women, if you want to date, do one at a time. Do not have a bunch of men, as you call roster. Do not do that because your image gets decreased. The way you look, your image, you look cheap. Sorry, what were you saying, Jer?
No, I was just saying tarnished. Go ahead. You said it looked cheap, and what else?
Tarnished. Thank you. That's the word. Your image is tarnished. It is tainted because you start looking cheap, even if you're not having sex. But the thing is, the men can't verify that you're not having sex. All they can do is go off your word, and women lie.
They can't verify that they got a roster either, right?
The best thing to do is to keep it clean, one at a time. If you're interested in one guy, don't talk to other men while you're going with him. If you're not interested with him no more, then move on one at a time. But do not have a bunch of men that you're going out with. It looks bad, it's tacky, and it makes you look cheap.
Ameera, are you Muslim?
Yes, I'm Muslim.
Okay, most of these men are not Muslim. And
it doesn't have anything to do with Islam.
Yes, this is not about Islam. Because I used to be a Muslim, and it's in the Quran. You're speaking from things that are religious.
In the Quran, we don't date, so this has nothing to do with the Quran. This is talking about your topic, so it has nothing to do with my religion. You don't need to bring up my religion because it has nothing to do with you or the topic.
Oh, it does have something to do with me, sweetie, because I was Muslim actually. And my last name is Hassan. So, sweetheart, you're not the only Muslim on the panel. So I can speak about Islam. I'm very educated on the Quran. So I brought that up. Let me just finish, and then I'll let you get it.
Okay.
I brought that up because we're talking about a different demographic. And if a Black woman was to date one man at a time, which we typically try to do, we're the most unmarried women on the planet. So we have to be dating men that actually want to marry us, right? That actually, like Darwin said, are intentional. So if we have a group of men that are not intentionally dating us for marriage, you want us to date one at a time? You gotta fill the room out because I know that you come from another world, but you gotta fill the Black community out if you're gonna come speak with us. Like, kind of identify a little bit with us.
You can do what you want. I just give my advice. You can keep your roster and you can keep looking cheap in front of the world. That's your business.
I think Ameera was saying, hold on, Allie. I think
looks cheap.
Hold on. Allie, I think what Ameera was trying to say,
baby, that makeup is cheap, and that.
Hold on. Hold on, y'all.
But listen,
hold on, pause. Everybody, pause.
Wait, listen.
Everybody, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Everybody, pause. No, wait. Wait.
Ameera was trying to say it's not what you do, but it's how you do it. The fact that Kendra G came onto that show and was saying, I got a roster, it was kind of tasteless. I would never be like, oh yeah, I'm on this dating scene. Y'all see me right here, and I got a roster full of dudes that are, it's just, you just don't want to market yourself in that manner. But what Ali is saying, that's not something we're marketing, but our reality is, in order for us to find a quality man, that's what a lot of us have to do, because a lot of us are raised in fatherless homes. In order to fill out what a good man is, we have to get to know them. We have to keep our options open, or we'll waste a lot of freaking time. And next thing you know it, those years that y'all say are so precious, 25 to 35, have went past because we was trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that. So I get what you're saying. I get what y'all both saying. I just think Ameera was specifically speaking on the clip, which was Kendra Dree, and for her to market herself like that, it's like, what do you think your chances of finding a husband is now?
And Ameera also said that it's cheap to be on a date with a guy and then his friends see you because he's shown his friends your picture. But in our community, a date is a date. A man is not taking one date seriously. He's not, a black man ain't going on one date and saying, most black men, I'm generalizing, most black men are not going on the first date and saying, this is the one, and start pursuing her hectic and courting her like that. So we're left out here. You know, most times after the first date, you might not hear from him because he has other women that he's dating. And we have to respect that. And it doesn't make you a hoe or look cheap because you're out at a 5 Michelin restaurant, or you're going out of town with the guy and his friend that that makes him look stupid because he showed his friend prematurely. You didn't even say you was going to be with him. Y'all are not committed. So this is not making nobody look cheap. It actually makes them look like a hot commodity because they're like, dang, is this her? And she's the topic of conversation.
Why can't we generalize now?
So wait a minute. Before we move on, we have to remain respectful. And that's on all parts. We can't be, first of all, out of respect for the platform, we can't be using a hard R. He can get his channel taken down for that. We can't be, you know what I mean? And out of respect for the,
I apologize right now for using a hard R. I'll say nigga, but I say I'm proper. So I'm sorry that I said the ER. I'll apologize to the whole panel and to everyone who heard it. It slipped out. I don't normally, I'm proper. I enunciate. So I'm sorry, nigga. I will say that, okay? I won't use that word anymore. But I'm black. I'm mixed. I'm mostly black, so I could say it.
Well, I think we should probably just refrain from using the N-word, period, if we can. That might be the best solution in that way. Go ahead, Sweeney.
I think that was pretty much all I had to say outside of that. I think Bruiser had a question that he wanted to ask, or he had something that he wanted to add, and I'll just follow up behind him. Pause.
I think, yeah,
pause. I mean, I think I got it off. But pause. I think I've landed it earlier, bro. But no, all I'm saying is, like, I'm just trying to figure out what is the equivalent of a woman having a roster and a man coming into the situation not with no intentions of dating. Because I think in a woman is, for the most part, I think we might have agreed earlier in this conversation that most women actually want a meaningful relationship, but they spend more time trying to figure out how to keep their defenses up than to actually figure out the guy's right, because the guys are coming into it. How can I break her defenses down and get what I want? And nobody's talking about marriage, family, or nothing. And it's like a war between each other to get what they want out of it. And I think that's the reason why women are left with the power at the end of the intercourse. If it's a child involved, I think that's the reason why. Because once you give up sex, at that point, what power does she have if she don't have the power over the seed or whatever? I mean, it only makes sense because once he gets what he wants, she has no power anymore.